Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Ultimate General Civil War, and today we are going to fight the second battle of Bull Run. We are going to bring our first and second corps onto this battlefield. The majority of our units in our first corps are armed with the pattern 1853 Enfield, but a few units have the Harper's Ferry M1855, the Lorentz, or the standard Springfield M1855. We are also fielding a battery of 12-pounder Napoleons as well as two batteries of 24-pounder howitzers, a battery of 10-pounder Parrots and a battery of 10-pounder Tragedias. We also have a unit of skirmishers armed with the Sharps Model 1855 and two units armed with the Whitworth rifle. And I've decided to rename Pons brigades into Pons Birches after they alone have destroyed over 2,644 Federal troops in the last battle. If you have fitting names for brigades that have served with distinction, I am more than open for your feedback. Our second corps only has one brigade that is armed with the Springfield M1855 and one with the pattern 1853 Enfield. The rest is mostly armed with the M1841 Mississippi and with the standard Springfield M1842. They're also fielding a battery of 12-pounder Napoleons, 12-pounder howitzers, 10-pounder Parrots and 10-pounder ordnances. This corps is also holding our cavalry as well as two units of hunter snipers and a unit of skirmishers armed with the Sharps Model 1855. Our career points have been invested into reconnaissance so that we have a better insight on the enemy. Our first corps is going to take the majority of the fighting, while our second corps is going to come in as reinforcements. All in all, we field 39,800 soldiers and 108 artillery pieces, and for this first phase of the battle we only have to face off against 8,000 enemy soldiers and 14 guns. Our raid to the Union's massive supply depot at Manassas Junction was a success. This huge blow to their rear dislodged the Army of Virginia from their defensive lines along the Rappahannock River. We now move northwest, challenging them to follow us. General Pope, the new commander of the Army of Virginia, is isolated. This is a good location to set up a trap and attack him with all of our forces before it's reinforced by McClellan. We took a big risk when we left Richmond undefended, but as we expected, McClellan did not attempt any offensive maneuvers on the peninsula. The rest of our army will arrive tomorrow and deal a flanking attack to the unsuspecting Yankees. Currently, General Pope assembles his army and all reinforcements near Henry Hill. He will most likely withdraw to Washington to the northeast, unless we do something about it. A diversionary attack would probably convince them to stay in the area and fight. The division of Rufus King is heading to join Pope's main army through the small town of Groveton. It is time to draw their attention. We are dispatching some of our forces forward, and then we should attempt to defend Brawner's Farm. General, it is advised not to risk losing many men or artillery in this engagement. Night is falling. Our main purpose is to reveal our position and lure Pope's army into attacking us tomorrow. So we need our army at the ready for this defensive battle. Our men are organized and the battle can begin. The enemy is forming up over here and down here. Skirmishers are rushing ahead, and we are going to take defensive positions along this line. Loomis and Minty's skirmishers are guarding our rear. Perry and Shaw move forward. Maybe you can get Doubleday and give up a couple good volleys on their flank. Minty is in position and able to hold now. Shaw's also almost ready. Perry is at the ready and Loomis is at the ready. With this, our flanks should be guarded sufficiently and our skirmishers have drawn the enemy attention. 12-pounders also open up on Doubleday. Shaw's men withdraw. You are far too close, and you can focus your fire on Gibson. Enemy artillery is opening up. Perry's men are still in the engagement. And after a couple volleys, our men are going to fall back even further to draw them to our main line. After that, our skirmishers simply have to move on our flanks and should have an easy time rolling up Gibson and Doubleday as they advance. Enemy forces are on our right. Okay, Patrick's brigade is marching up. I think it is wise to send our skirmishers further back a little. At the beginning of the fight, a few skirmishers were visible, but they are holding back for now. It doesn't look like we were able to draw them in. Shaw and Perry, I will have to send you back into the fight. Our 12-pounders are doing some good damage. But the casualties are of course going to rise as soon as the enemy gets closer. Shaw, get closer yourself. Patrick is standing there. And I need to have an eye on him, not that he can open up on Shaw's flank. Shaw, move on Gibson, but further down so that you can get on their flank. Wonderful. And now open up. Patrick is still out of reach. Enemy batteries are not doing much damage until now. I'm tempted to attack Reynolds' battery, but Hatch has a strong brigade and I do not want to send any of our forces out of cover. Perry's men are now taking more and more casualties. I'm going to withdraw them for now. Maybe we can lure them in this way. Gibson is now shifting. This should give our artillery an opening. Perry, open up again. And we still only have to hold out for 50 more minutes. I'm going to speed up time. But for now it doesn't look like the enemy is actually willing to engage us. Shaw is now about to waver. Withdraw. Perry also needs to fall back. Perry took his first casualty within the main force. Enemy artillery fire is not really strong. The only unit that we can see is the brigade of Patrick. Our 12-pounders are now reshifting. And it doesn't look like the enemy is actually willing to engage. For some reason, the Federal forces were not willing to engage us in any way or form, meaning that we can now proceed to the next day. Today, the main attack of the Federal forces is going to begin. In total, they field 47,000 soldiers and 129 guns, while we only have 39,000 soldiers and 108 artillery pieces at our disposal. But half of our force is not present on the battlefield yet, meaning that we are outnumbered even stronger. It seems that Pope fell into our trap. He mobilizes his forces to attack. We spotted large formations of infantry advancing from this direction behind Matthews Hill. There's also enemy activity from southwards. Watch your flanks and hold your ground, General. If we lose Stony Ridge before our reinforcements arrive, our plan will fail and we will have to retreat. Our men are more or less organized and I send them to move out. All units double time it. I want to capture these positions as quickly as possible. Minty, send out skirmishers as well. At the beginning of this fight, a battery of 12-pounder Napoleons and our Sharps were deployed on this side of the river, and while I like the idea of shooting the enemy in the flank, I also want to avoid losing these artillery pieces. Wheat is sent down. I know that this flank is with this fairly undefended, but we have the Virginia Fusiliers and Pons Butchers as elite units as backup. Drake, also your skirmishers are moving out. We have 10-pounder Parrots on this side and 10-pounder Tragedies setting up. 24-pounder Howitzers are over here. They need to move forward a bit. 12-pounder Napoleons, you're also going to move forward to support our soldiers. And Talbot is going to take over the defenses over here. Faulkner's Legion is going to be held as a reserve together with Shaw, and these snipers, I want them to take position further on this side. These snipers have our best rifles. I want them where they are right now. We are going to find a good place for them. On second thought, the enemy is moving up with artillery over on this side, meaning that we might be able to open up some good fire on them. 10-pounders, you're also going to move north. The situation down here is looking rather fine. Terry, your men are going to move out and make sure that we're not getting surprised. Our soldiers are setting up. Unfortunately, enemy artillery is not in range. Whitworth, move down just a little bit, so that you have better cover and that you are better hidden. And now it is time to hold the ridge. Pont, some of your skirmishers are going to take the position over here. Our artillery is opening up the bombardment. We have the artillery under Dilger moving forward. Whitworth, get ready. A couple good volleys and we might be able to drive them back without too many casualties. Minty's skirmishers are now also opening up. 12-pounders, open up on these approaching soldiers. 10-pounders, can you hit their guns? Not yet. Move forward just a little bit. Yes, we are able to hit their artillery pieces, but Minty skirmishers have to withdraw in a short while. Fall back behind our line. Sharp suppression, move forward. You might be able to get on their flank. For now, our Whitworth are going to do this job. Good volley, and they're still hidden. A brigade under Schimmelpfennig is marching further south. The rest of the line is looking alright. Perry, move forward just a little bit. We cannot see a lot. And we see more units over here. They are attempting to threaten our flank. Thankfully, we are prepared. Mighty skirmishers are now unfortunately routing. And the brigade under Krzyzanowski is reshifting their positions. They're already down to 1,600 men. More brigades are forming up in our center, it seems. And I would like to get Trick's skirmishers forward. Maybe they can move on the enemy side. More artillery pieces are moving up. Soon they're in range of our 10-pounders. Schimmelpfennig is over here. Trick's unit has been spotted. Trick withdraw into the forest. Unfortunately, their artillery pieces are out of range. Minty, get forward on your old position. Maybe we can spot those guns again. Yes, there they are. Napoleons and treasures, open up. Every artillery piece we can silence is going to save a large amount of lives. Enemy cavalry is marching up. Snipers, withdraw. You are too valuable to be hunted down by their cavalry. Schimmelpfennig is forming up over here. Enemy guns are setting up and our skirmishers are hidden again. The enemy on this side of the battlefield has not moved. Minty, you can fall back. There's no point in rushing directly into the enemy. Casualties are rising on this side of the front. Enemy cavalry is falling back again. Whitworth, get forward and deliver some more cover fire. Our 12-pounders are doing a fine job. Our howitzers are not in effective range, but they're also starting to rack up a kill count. Supplies move forward. Down here, Schimmelpfennig is marching up on Trick, and it looks like Stable wants to attack. 10 pounders open up on Stable. Stable is opening up his flank. Unfortunately, Pegram is not in range. So far we are holding them back quite well. Mainty is taking a few casualties, but the enemy fire is not that concentrated for now. Whitworth open up, and there is Poe routed. Wonderful. The snipers now need to take a few steps forward to shoot on the exposed flank of Krasnowski. And maybe we are able to find those guns again. The situation in our center is further developing. More enemy units are setting up, but not much is happening. I want the snipers to move down. Or better, I want them to move in these woods as Milroy is marching towards our other snipers. Maybe they can deliver some good fire on him. We hear charging units, but we cannot see any so far. I'm certain they're going to break out of the woods shortly. Minty skirmishers you can reattach for now, and our snipers are in the perfect position to open up on Milroy. Poe is marching up. Whitworth move forward. It looks like we have this section of the battlefield under control for now, meaning that I'm tempted to move our 24-pounder howitzers further south. The same goes with our Napoleons. We do not have a massive amount of guns at our disposal, and we need to make sure that we can make it count. Our snipers have been spotted. Fall back, men, fall back. Poe is once again wavering. A couple more volleys of Minty and they should be broken. I'm also going to send in our sharp suppression. With their quickly loading rifles, they should be able to destroy them. Our 12 pounders are now setting up as Milroy got driven back. Wonderful. How's the situation down here? McLean is still on the fence. Pegram skirmishers are now moving up, and they are able to deliver some flanking fire. Very nice, very nice. And Trick, you are now also moving forward to attack McLean's rear. Pelgrim is unable to hit them, but I am going to rush them out of their fortifications so that we can corner this brigade. Poe is holding again. Well, that's unfortunate. Sharps withdraw. Trick skirmishers are taking a beating, but so is McLean. And there's McLean withdrawing. Trick skirmishers and Pegram skirmishers, you are now tasked to attack those artillery pieces. I'm also going to send one unit of Whitworth snipers down. In fact, I think I can send both. The enemy shouldn't be strong enough to do much about it. Pegram skirmishers, you need to fall back. I wasn't aware that there's so many holding up over here. For a moment it looks like the majority of their force withdrew north. Melroy is attacking, Poe is withdrawing. Mainty took 140 casualties, but Poe is now down to 1,000 men. More units are marching up over here, but they should lack the force to break through. Whitworth, are you able to shoot them from the safety of our positions? Yes, you are. Wonderful. Our snipers are going to take a few casualties, but this should be absolutely worth it. Up north we have Kwasniewski and Milroy moving up. 24-pounder howitzers, reshift your fire on Milroy. Shemophanik is withdrawing Whisperer snipers. Get ready and open up on Cortis. He is opening up his flank. Very good fire, very good volley. Sharps, get on the flank. Menti, your skirmishers are now also ordered on the flank. Poe is unfortunately back again. Sharps move down. We need to keep an eye on Poe, not that he's opening up on our flank. But so far we are holding quite well. We took 3% casualties and we must have dished out far more. The flank down here is still holding. Enemy artillery is opening up. Pond's man took some casualties. I'm thinking about replacing them with parry, but the casualties aren't too high yet. Menti has driven back Milroy together with Loomis. And somewhere down here enemy artillery is still on the field. Menti's skirmishers reattach for now. And I think our snipers can move north again. Enemy cavalry is moving up. Come on, man. Fire! Wonderful volley, driving back their cavalry. We are encountering a strong brigade down there. Sharp suppression, I need to keep an eye on you. Not that you get attacked. We have found Seeger. And our Whisperers are able to open up on Kwasniewski again. It looks like supplies have reached our other side and more units are marching in our center. The situation over here is still more of the same. These Whisperers need to move forward. They are unable to hit the enemy yet. A couple good volleys and this unit should be driven back. Sharps, move forward carefully. And if we are able to destroy these horsemen, this would be perfect. Sharps, move back again. Robinson is too strong for you to break through. Milroy is there. We hear another charge. Where is it coming from? Well, not from any direction that we can see. These right flank of the Yankees are wavering. Down here, Cortis is trying to move up. 24-pounder howitzers, open up. Whitworth, reshift. These snipers need to take on Poe. Poe is now marching down. Sharp suppression, you need to move back. Milroy is moving up. And there is Cortis withdrawing. Poe is now marching up. It looks like our snipers need to withdraw in a good minute. Yes, fall back a little bit further, snipers. We do not want to risk losing these valuable units. The enemy cavalry is still trying to attack our well-entrenched units, and our casualties are still low. Poe is charging, and we are giving some good volleys off. 12-pounders open up on Milroy. I think our 12-pounders can move closer to this side of the front again. Enemy forces are messing up down here. Well, certainly not ideal, but we have the manpower to hold them back. Now it is time to Porter assaults. Pope for some reason stalled. He stopped attacking us. He appears to have mobilized for an all-out attack. We have also spotted a large formation, probably Porter's division, making a flanking maneuver towards our right flank. Cavalry was dispatched to cause a delaying action. If Porter succeeds, we will be in deep trouble. But here's the good news. Our first reinforcements are near and will arrive in about 2 hours. It's advised not to engage them. Have patience till tomorrow. The Federals will be exhausted and depleted by the continuous fighting, and all of our reinforcements will be present and rested. So the fight continues at Stony Ridge, General. Hold your ground. And this of course meant that we have to do some slight reshuffling of our units. Our 12 pounders and our howitzers are now moving up further north. Down here, Wheat is going to support our right flank. These supplies are open for the taking, but I know that they have more units over here and therefore I will not attempt this. Poe's brigade is almost completely destroyed. Milroy is moving back. Snipers, open up on Poe. Hunt him out of there. We have more units under Cortes moving up. Shaw, I want you to move down. Faulkner's Legion is going to be our last reserve. Pegram skirmishers, move forward. Drake is going to deliver some flanking fire. And we should be able to do some harm to the enemy. 12 pounders, open up on this unit, they are exposed. 24 pounders still shoot on Poe. We are now taking some counter battery fire, but the enemy guns do not seem to be able to hit us on the full side. We have a battery under Robinson moving up, and Perry's skirmishers need to withdraw into this field. Maybe this will give them a little bit more cover. 10 pounder ordnances, or Paris, are out of ammunition and about to hit Ransom. Very not, ammunition is coming up. Heinzelmann 3rd Corps is preparing for another attack. Is he going to bring fresh troops, or is he simply going to send in the forces that were already sent against us? I hope it's the last option. Whisper snipers, move down, find out what is going on in the enemy rear. These units are marching up again, and we have driven back these artillery pieces. And now guns, open up on Sherman. It looks like Milroy is willing to charge. Man, don't open up on Heinzelmann. Open up on Poe. It is a wonder that Poe with his depleted forces are still in the fight. Howitzers, reshift your fire on Milroy. Drake is still holding them back, but he is down to 99 men. I'm going to send him to reattach. He is now routed before he could reach his line, unfortunate. The battery under Sherman is taking casualties, and Reno's 9th Corps is spotted in full force, meaning that our snipers need to fall back. Unfortunate that we weren't able to drive Poe off the battlefield. But I'm confident in the ability to still hold. The battery under Ransom is setting up down here. Drake's men have gathered their courage again, they can now reattach. Our skirmishers are going to delay the enemy a little bit further. And now they need to retreat behind our main line. I hope our supplies have reached our forces. Very good, very good, very good. How is the ammunition supply looking over here? Still very good. Minty is in need of some resupply, but his ammunition supply is still looking relatively okay. Therefore, all forces have some time left before they need to get redeployment. Snipers, you're going to move down. If possible, you're going to hunt down this battery. We are unfortunately unable to see what is going on over here, but we can see Seymour moving up. We have lost eyes on enemy artillery, or at least on enemy artillery that is in reach. Tragedies, move up on the unit of Christ. This unit is already quite depleted. Trick is now going to take some more casualties as he has to face off against the concentrated fire of the entire Federal force. 12 pounders shoot on Poe. You might be able to completely annihilate him. Minty is also taking casualties. Sharps, I want you to move up on the flank of Robinson. Have our Whitworth reached their destination? Yes, okay. You're going to move down. And you're hopefully able to support our units. Pegram skirmishers, you're going to move on the flank of McLean. They are now trying to force us to retreat. Talbot, double time it. Faulkner's Legion, double time it. I do not know if Trick can hold this. With the help of Pegram, McLean is driven back. We have found enemy artillery again. Rufus King's division is spotted. They are throwing more and more men at the field. Secret is needed down here. Our Sharps are going to hold off the enemy as long as possible, but we need more forces down here. If necessary, I will withdraw to the more northern line. Yes, and it looks like this order needs to be given now. Loomis, double time it. Talbot, move over here, you're going to cover our retreat. Our northern front completely broke. These units are luckily withdrawing in time. Pegram, you can now also run away. Double time it, double time it, double time it. He is flanked and routed. Most unfortunate, more units are coming up, meaning that our skirmishers also need to rush behind our lines. Luckily, this also means that our supply lines are not going to be as stretched as before. Sharps, you're going to give Minty the time that he needs to withdraw to better positions. Talbot, fall back. And rush into cover. General, get back to our main line. Supplies, move further north. Talbot is now also flanked. Loomis, get down. Faulkner's Legion has to hold off the enemy advance. Trick has reformed his line after 500 casualties. Talbot is now also withdrawing. Our 10-pounder parrots need to move deeper into the forest. Pegram, move forward. You might be able to attack the enemy flank. Your skirmishers can reattach. Virginia Fusiliers. I really do not want to send you south, but it looks like you might be needed over here. Our Sharps are getting driven back, but they did their duty. Minty has reformed. 12-pounder Napoleons. Open a volley up and then withdraw further into the forest. Good volley, good volley. Now get back before you get driven off. Talbot, move down. Trick, move forward. 24-pounder howitzers, you also need to fall back. Faulkner's Legion, you're also moving back just a little bit. The enemy attack is heavy. Virginia, move forward. Pegram, move forward. It doesn't look like we have an option to get these units back to our main line, but I'm going to send them forward. Maybe they can at least harass the enemy. Minty is back. Get in cover. Maybe this will give you what you need to survive this. Faulkner, open up on Grover. Don't let yourself get flanked. Tragedies, move back even further. And I hope our general is able to gather the men. Talbot, move further down. For now we have stabilized the situation a little bit, but here's the next attack under McLean. Come on, man, open up. 24 pounders. Yes, you are reshifting, but you need to focus on Schimmelfennig. He is attacking again. Now we are really starting to take casualties. 15% and counting. Minty is about to get driven back. Loomis, move forward. You're going to replace Minty. Virginia, move on the flank of Sheffield. Your skirmishers are needed more on this side. And we can see the enemy starts attacking this position. Snipers, you also needed further south. Minty, fall back. Loomis, take his place. Minty, move up over here. We are routing Leisure. Very good. Howitzers, open up on Milroy. These Fusiliers got driven back. Whitworth, open up. Okay, you need to leave our line. This is not acceptable. Stay back then. And these Whitworths need to move further down. Maybe they're able to open up on the enemy side. These men are at least able to shoot at Gibson. No, they are blocked. I need to find a spot where they can start opening up without getting themselves in danger. Can you attack Taylor? This would be very good. Only from our own line. No, move back. This is not really worth it. Down here the enemy is moving up more and more forces. Post-depleted unit is marching up. I hope our sharps are able to move on the flank and deliver some massive volleys. Postmen are so understrength that they might break under a couple good flanking hits. Come on, open up, open up, open up. Farnsworth is attacking. And down here Schimmelfennig is attacking. Whitworth, are you able to get a Nagel? Well, at least from some distance. Colonel Charlie Wilcox is killed. I want our Whitworth forward to open up on this exposed flank, but I need to make sure that they can withdraw on time. Loomis is still holding off the enemy. Tobbett, get ready, you might need to replace him. Have we broken Poe? I cannot see it, but at least he is not on the field right now. Loomis is driving back the last defenders of Christ, but there is Milroy coming in. I hope Tobbett can support him. Poe is back with 420 soldiers. We are for now still holding. Whitworth, open up on the flank of Stahel. Gibson is out and battling Perry, but we have better cover. The enemy flank over here has not advanced. I see a battery under ransom down there. Perry, maybe you can silence it. 10 pounders. No, I don't think they're in range. Unfortunate. Perry, move further on the flank. They're reloading. Do I have a better target for you? No, I don't. Open up, open up, open up on everything that moves. 12 pounders. Ferrero is your new target. Loomis is still holding, but this can't hold on for long. Perry, open up for a new attack. Then you need to rush. Oh no, they are going to open fire. Yes, they are firing. Perry is driven back. Move further into cover for now. Our snipers are doing a good job over here. We have broken some of their units. They're withdrawing. Ledger is driven back and McLean almost broke before he reached our lines. Loomis got finally routed, but Tobbett is here to take his place. Sharps get forward on the flank of Robinson. 12 pounders open up on Barney. Howitzers. Your new target is over here. Or in fact, howitzers, you need to move north. Grigsby, you're going to deliver some supplies along the front line. How are our sharps holding up? They're on the flank of Robinson. Very good. Secret Devils have dished out over 1,000 casualties. Also nice to see. Napoleons get forward just a little bit. Howitzers set up and open up on the enemy. The flank down here is completely barren. Perrin, move forward again. No, you do not have to do this, as the enemy guns are actually withdrawing now. Our Whitworth are outside of our line. Move back, move back, move back. The same goes for these guns, but in this case I want them to move forward a little bit. Maybe we are able to deliver some more fire. McLean is coming back. And you need to fall back. Yes, the enemy has lost eyes on you. Very good. McLean is routed once again. Whitworth, get forward and maybe you can silence some of the artillery pieces. Are they in range for our dredgers? Yes, they are. And if we move our 10-pounders forward, they're also for these units. Enemy units are moving up down here under Jackson, but they're not really strong. We should be able to hold them back easily. Whitworth, open up. Milroy is falling back. Our sharps have been able to hold their own, but they're now getting attacked by Schimmelpfennig. I want them to withdraw for now. Our Whitworth are able to attack the enemy guns unopposed. And down here a unit under Leisure broke. Our first reinforcements are arriving. Wonderful. I'm going to send them on this side to hold off the enemy, but for now they need to gather. Colonel Tyre Pegram is wounded. The majority of our units are still looking quite well, but the casualties are rising. Minty took a massive beating. Howitzers, I want you to open up on Christ. And these artillery pieces are finally noticing our counter-battery fire. These Weisbos have still some ammunition left before I have to send them back. And a unit under Gibson is moving up. Pegram, move forward. Concentrate your fire and destroy them. These Weisbos are now almost out. I'm going to send them back to our supply line. Our Weisbos are taking a few casualties, but the enemy is not really able to see them. And we have driven back some of their batteries. The brigade under Gibson got completely torn to bits, and our second corps can now deploy in these woods. The attack on our right flank is now happening. Jackson got routed as he reached our lines. Virginia Fusiliers, you're going to move down just a little bit. And these Whispers are still able to hunt the enemy. Maybe they can get Cook. How's the situation down here? Secret Devils are almost out of ammunition. Grigsby, get down. The rest of our artillery pieces are looking fine. Very good. And our infantry also has some ammunition left. Trick, you're going to move forward. The same goes with Faulkner's Legion. It looks like we have almost their entire force occupied. And we might be able to dish out massive damage if we are willing to risk something. They are now finally advancing on our flank. I want our snipers on this side. Reserves are coming up, but unfortunately no long-range guns. The skirmishers from our Virginians can reattach. Our Whispers are opening up on Cook. Our Tragedies are not in range, but I want them to focus on the enemy infantry anyway. 24 pounders open up on Doubleday. Gibson is marching up. Good that I have not opened up this side too much. Doubleday got repelled. Our snipers have found enemy artillery. Panda and Reed, you need to advance. And we are finding more and more enemy forces. Okay. Change of plan. Second Corps, get back to the woods. Snipers, you're also withdrawing for the moment. Only to turn back and shoot on their artillery. I do not want our second Corps to engage. Faulkner is about to get flanked by Gibson. Couple good volleys and this threat should be dealt with. Trick, move forward. Torbert is taking massive casualties. Torbert is one of our most experienced units, and I definitely do not want to lose them. Wisworth, you have ammunition again, move down. These Wisworths are still battling Cook. And there is Gibson falling back. Taylor is charging Trick. Trick outnumbers them 2-1, so should have no problem winning this engagement. Faulkner now shift to our northern flank. Yes, there is this one federal unit completely destroyed. Torbert is dishing out massive amounts of damage. Howitzers open up on the enemy flank. Trick start to move up. Faulkner's men also move forward. Major Shane Shaw is killed. Our Wisworth have been spotted. They need to fall back into the river line. They're now getting rear flanked. Come on, men, fall back even further. How's the situation down here looking? We are battling enemy artillery. Move on their flank, while these snipers still open up on Reynolds. Hatch is marching up. Our snipers now need to withdraw. Down here, I think it is safe to say that we can send Wheat over, as well as the Virginia Fusiliers forward. We are pressing the enemy further, but I need to make sure that the rear is not getting overrun. Loomis and... yes, Loomis, you're getting down. Minty, I still want you as a reserve. Secret's men have also suffered terribly, and these skirmishers are almost completely annihilated. Farnsworth is attacking. Faulkner's Legion gets flanked by artillery, and they need to wheel around to open up on Gibson unless I send Loomis forward to stop that. Faulkner, move forward. We have almost destroyed this entire federal force. Come on, Trick. Open up on McLean. If you're able to drive the northern section into the woods, into the river, we are going to have a massive victory on hands. Virginia is able to flank Doubleday. Perry is still holding out. Hatch is within the town. Hunters, move forward. Maybe you can attack Hatch. And for now it looks like I don't even have to send in our reserves from our second corps. We are still holding. Faulkner's men are now getting rear flanked. Trick, move forward. I need to send these men into cover after a couple of volleys, but they should still be able to deliver massive fire on the enemy. We have found an enemy battery. Treasures are out of range. Unfortunate. The enemy units down here are getting completely torn to bits. And I want our snipers to move up on Hatch. Faulkner got driven back. And Trick also needs to withdraw. Secret Stabbers have also been driven out of their fortifications. Snipers, at the ready. Loomis, withdraw to our main line. Virginia is now also taking more and more casualties. Man, withdraw. I'm going to send the brigade of Hatch. Come on, man. And read around. They're going to help out. The rest of our units are going to be held up as a reserve. And for the second day. Weeks, I'm going to send you forward. Hatch is now charging. Snipers, withdraw. Maxwell, get closer to the edge of the forest. The same goes with Panda. And we have done it. We have held our ground and we are now proceeding to the next day. The enemy has bled heavily in this first day of fighting. They still have 35,600 soldiers and 139 artillery pieces, while we on the other side field 34,400 soldiers and 106 guns. Some units in our first corps have bled heavily, but luckily we have an entire fresh corps at the ready now to attack the enemy. My hope is that some of their units are so depleted that they will simply break upon first contact. It was a very hard fight yesterday, but we managed to hold our position against a much bigger enemy. Pope does not seem to understand the tactical situation. He mobilized for another large assault on our center. Either Pope does not know that we are having more reinforcements, or he believes we want to withdraw from the area. We are now fully ready to initiate the counterattack with our fresh corps. Our primary objective is to hold our center at Stony Ridge and find the right time to attack the Union left. It is advised to wait for Porter to sacrifice more of his men into another futile frontal assault and then retaliate. Afterwards we will sweep the area of Yankees and proceed to the east. Good luck, General. Unfortunately, our units got completely caught back, meaning that I have to quickly reorganize them before the Federal forces can overrun our side. Our second corps, in the meantime, I want them to prepare for an assault. For now, I'm simply going to send them to set up over here. Once the enemy has sent more forces to the attack, we are going to attack over this area. Strangely, not all units of our second corps got selected. Meaning that I have to grab some of these units manually. I want them to go a little bit further than the rest. And down here, these units who are finally arriving, that I do not have under control for some reason, are going to be sent to reinforce our main force. Hatch, there you are, finally under my control. Our units are severely weakened. Pont, you need to move up over here. Minty, you are finally under control again. He was wavering the beginning this fight began. Faulkner's men are in reserve together with Trick. Minty, I want you over here. Virginia, you're holding this side. And Loomis is going to take this position. Our artillery has made contact. There is wheat. 10-pounders and 10-pounder tragedies are opening up. I also want our snipers to move down. Maybe this side is not going to be as strongly defended and therefore allows us to move on their guns. These units are still moving. I want these sharps to move down here. And I'm going to borrow these two brigades to move up in town. The rest of our units can move up as planned. Snipers move further so that we have a better look on the enemy. The enemy now wants to take this section of the front line. Faulkner, get over there. We have one fresh brigade under wheat. And pawn spatches are also in very good condition. Meaning we have plenty of forces available to encounter the enemy. All of our artillery needs to focus on the enemy guns, deliver some counter battery fire. And these men are going to set up within our own line. Mainty and Faulkner double time it. Hold them back. Unfortunately, I was expecting an enemy attack on this side of the front line and therefore concentrated most of our firepower down there. I'm going to reshift our howitzers. Some units are already out of ammunition. Grigsby, get over. Mainty is there and Roberts is now about to fall back. Yes, there is him routed. These units can move on this town. The rest of our forces are slowly advancing. As soon as they have reached their target, I'm going to send them forward. Roberts is still wavering, but he is about to gather his courage again. And more reinforcements have arrived. Talbot, withdraw. Hatch is going to take your place. Minty, move down here. And our snipers can move further on the flank. Rufus King's division spotted on Union Center. Meaning that the enemy has still some reinforcements left. Snipers move over in this hamlet. These three brigades can move up over here. Cable and Panda, you're going to send out skirmishers to make sure that we're not getting surprised. And these brigades can move further down here. Artillery line, please keep up. There's one line left behind. And our cavalry as well as our supplies also need to move forward. I hope to sneak behind the enemy lines quickly. The enemy is starting a completely new assault. Our 24 pounders are ready. Open up on this more experienced unit that is trying to charge, but they will ultimately charge into their death. These 24 pounders can now also have set up. Perry, I want some of your skirmishers to move forward. We have found enemy artillery. 12 pounder Napoleons in. You do not have a good target right now. Open up on them. And I want this unit of snipers to move over. Maybe they can hunt down these guns. Up here, I think it is time to move forward. Heinzelmann's 3rd Corps is still occupying the Union right flank. More of our forces are advancing. And we might be able to destroy this entire side of the battlefield. We have lost eyes on the enemy guns. Perry, get forward a bit. And our guns are delivering massive fire and there are far too many forces over there. Okay, treasures, open up on the guns of Dilger. The rest of our artillery can still continue to slaughter these units. Sharps, open up on wheat. These men need to form up behind the enemy lines. Maxwell and weak skirmishers are needed to further flank weak. More artillery pieces are behind us. Come on, sharps, open up, open up, open up. Good volley, good volley. Now move south. We need to keep their guns moving. Fire! And enemy forces are approaching in large numbers. Maxwell and Wick, you're going to build up firepower over here. The rest of our lines are holding. Our Whitworth can move forward a little bit and open up fire on these units. Maxwell open up on Warren. Weeks get on their flank. Renault's 9th Corps secures the Union center, meaning that the enemy forces are still getting reinforced. Johnston, get down. We are still waiting for our artillery to arrive. Warren is still holding us back, but with Weeks arriving, we should be able to drive them back quickly. But then we are about to destroy the battery under Weed. Yes, there is Warren withdrawing. Weeks, you're going to hold out over here. Maxwell, you need to move forward. Everyone, double time it. Some enemy units have been spotted. And I think it is about time that we send these units forward. Up to this side of the field, I'm going to send 3 brigades forward on this point. 1 brigade to hold our rear. And these artillery pieces also need to move forward. Cavalry move forward as well, and snipers scout out the area. Roberts gets driven back. These artillery pieces are now under heavy pressure. Our sharps got unfortunately torn to bits by enemy artillery fire. Maxwell move forward. And Roberts is not going to be able to do some more damage. Our Whitworth are in range of the enemy and are now opening up. They have almost destroyed 1,000 enemy forces. And it looks like these guns were completely destroyed. Maxwell, open up on the enemy forces. With this side more or less secured, I think these 3 brigades are going to lead the attack on the Union defenses. Come on, man, move up. And our snipers need to move forward. Where are our 10-pounders? They are over here. I want them to set up over here so that they can bombard the enemy strong points that are going to give us some trouble. Artillery is going to set up over here. Supplies and Johnston keep up. Cavalry keep up. And Pelham, you need to move up over here. Our attack can now begin. Panda, you need to take care of Roberts. The same goes with Caper. The rest of our forces need to move forward. Maxwell and Weeks, you're going to form up over here. And it looks like they're trying to withdraw on this side. I want to leave our 1st Corps behind the safety of our breastworks. They have done enough to earn their rest. Enemy forces are still penned up in the north. Maxwell is going to be charged by Weeks, but we have Maxwell's main force here at the ready. A group of skirmishers just got completely annihilated. And Panda needs to move forward. We have the unit under Jackson over here. Panda, move up so that you can use the creek as cover. Roberts is moving forward. Panda and Cable skirmishers move back for now. Our artillery is still trying to move up. Snipers open up on the brigade under Meade. And it is finally time to get this attack going. Maxwell move up on Weak. Enemy forces are still held up over here. Our 10-pounder Parrots also need to move over here. These Gladiators have almost destroyed an enemy battery under Dilja. And the enemy is able to hold us back again. I want these brigades to move forward. And we are finally inching ever closer towards the first objective. Grimes, get some skirmishers out to make sure that we are not getting surprised. Our snipers were unable to detect anything, but it looks like there are enemy guns within the forest. Palam, move forward. Shockhead and Forest, get ready. Yes, there is Robinson's artillery. Shock cavalry, charge them out. Grimes, open up. These units need to focus south. 10-pounders, open up on the enemy artillery. Panda got driven back. And Cable needs to hold out for now. Weak skirmishers can reattach for now, and down here we are finally able to drive Roberts off the field. Secret has arrived. Our shock cavalry is destroying Ransom's battery under minimal casualties. Grimes, you're going to take position over here. Snipers, get over here to attack Jackson. Reed, get into cover. Corp, you're also getting down. 10-pounder ordnances are opening up on enemy artillery. 10-pounder Parrots also move forward. And our 12-pounder howitzers and Napoleons need to get ready to attack the enemy side. Supplies move down. Pelham move forward. And we are now controlling Chin Ridge. Grimes, you're also getting down into the cover of these woods. Grimes skirmishers you can reattach, meaning that we are able to attack these fortifications from multiple sides. Cable move forward, Panda move forward into our center. And we are ready to counterattack. Quickly, General, concentrate all your forces to secure Henry Hill. This is the last barrier of Pope's defense. From here we can control his escape route and entrap his army. Well, I have a special mission for Forest. Forest and our shock cavalry need to find out what is over there. Unless, of course, the enemy sends more forces down, and they do. Very unfortunate. Down here we are finally hunting down Roberts. He was giving us a much tougher resistance than expected. The same goes with Jackson. Reed is now able to open up on his rear. And I'm going to send Corp over. Grimes is now getting shelled. And it looks like the enemy has already artillery on this side. Our forces are now marching up, and other forces of the enemy are still occupied on this side. Meaning that as long as we keep our soldiers here, we can simply attack them unopposed. It looks like they try to withdraw. Meaning that I have to send Corp back. The same goes with Reed. They are now needed to redeploy further south to cut off the enemy retreat. Snipers, move down here. Skirmishers, open up on Buford. Pelham, shift and open up. This is a quite messy fight. Shock Cavalry and Forest, get over. Howitzers, open up on the enemy cavalry. Snipers, are you able to shoot on the enemy artillery? You should be almost in range. Cable, hunt down Jackson. Panda, get over. Down here, Panda, get forward. The same goes for Weeks and Maxwell. Colonel Sam Cable is killed. Well, nothing we can do about it. Reed and Grimes, get down. We have found enemy artillery. Alright, Shock Cavalry, move around the enemy. Maybe you are able to completely outflank them. 10-pounder parrots and ordnances, open up on the enemy artillery. Sharp suppression, hunt down Jackson. Corp, you need to stay behind as Jackson is retreating to our own lines. Panda, move forward. Maxwell skirmishers reattach. Maxwell, move forward. Weeks, move forward on the flank of Warren. Our shock cavalry has now been hidden again. The enemy is trying to get over. Grimes, open up on Buford. Reed, get over. Shock cavalry attack McGiven. Forest, move up. We have broken one enemy cavalry unit. Pelham, move forward. The same goes with Grimes. Grimes skirmishers, move down over here. Heavy guns, once again, focus on enemy artillery. Pelham, you are ready to open up on the enemy. And our shock cavalry is about to destroy the enemy battery under McGilver. Very good. The enemy forces are still occupied over here. If possible, I am going to send our cavalry further, but they are now getting flanked. This is not good, they're getting routed. Forest, you need to finish this job. 10-pounders, get closer to the field. Up north, our soldiers are now taking heavy casualties. How's the situation down here? Cable, move forward. Siegfried and Torbert, you also need to move forward. Maxwell, move up. Your skirmishers are sent on Shermer. Pelham, you need to fall back and adjust your flank. The enemy is giving us, unfortunately, a really tough time. Forest, move down. One good volley and a nailer might fall back. Reed, double time it. Reed is now in range. Come on, man. This volley did not much damage. Forest is almost back again. Our shock cavalry has gathered their courage and they're going to attack at the first opportunity. Forest is now the target of the guns, it seems. No, they're reshifting. Come on, Reed. Hunt them down. Grimes, you can now move forward. Reed, move forward. Forest, another volley. Shock cavalry, charge in. We need to silence these artillery pieces. What forces do we have available? We have a Jackson behind our line. Panda skirmishers. No, Roberts is behind our line. Cable and Torbert, you need to take care of this threat. Maxwell skirmishers got beaten back. Panda is now finally able to move forward on these guns. Panda, also move up. Maxwell, move up. Siegfried plugs this hole to make sure that the enemy is not going to outflank our soldiers. Reed, move forward. Grimes, move forward. If we can hold them back from their escape route, we have this battle almost secured. Pelham, move forward. Our shock cavalry has destroyed the artillery. They can now withdraw further to our objective. Reed, move forward. These units can now also move forward. Grimes, move up over there without exposing your position. These guns can move forward. 12-pounder Napoleons, you are needed over here. The same goes with our howitzers. Maxwell is bleeding heavily. Panda, move forward. Come on, man. We have almost done this. The enemy now once again has to charge us. Read, double time it. And further north, our skirmishers got driven back. They are out of ammunition anyway. The majority of our units are. I'm going to send Grigsby up north. But as long as our soldiers are simply staying and occupying Shimmer Phoenix forces, we have a large advantage over the enemy. Finally, we have driven back Bloom's artillery. Panda, move forward. The same goes with our snipers. Cable, move up. We have the brigade under Meade now crossing and threatening our lines. Johnston and supplies get forward. Down here, more of our forces need to assemble. Meade is falling back for some reason. Gibson and Reed, you need to move further on our sides. We now have to contest Henry Hill for 5 more minutes. The enemy offensive capability seems broken. More enemy forces are withdrawing, meaning that we can finally send more units up to our attack. Johnston, how many men have you lost? 10% of your force. Quite a lot, but not as heavily casualties as in our first corps. Let's find out how bad our casualties over there are. Almost 30%. Napoleons, move forward, and I want... Where are our 10-pounders? Our 10-pounders are able to open up on the enemy and they're doing some damage. Cook is still a threat. So I want our guns to focus on the artillery. And Maxwell as well as Siegfried are also going to focus on the enemy artillery. Panda, move forward. Hunters also open up on their guns. The Union forces are now effectively trapped. Corp, you're going to move up over here. And it is only needed to hold out for an additional hour until we can finally claim victory over this bloody day. Supplies keep close to our artillery. The enemy is forming up on the flank of Siegfried. Siegfried, fall back. Maxwell, move forward. Panda, move forward. And Cable, move forward. I want our shock cavalry to take some enemy supplies. And it looks like the last real fighting of this day is about to begin. Our artillery would be needed over here. I hope that they can reach this target in time. Our 10-pounders are going to give cover fire. Our shock cavalry is flanked by these skirmishers. Shock cav, charge them. Forest, give supporting fire. You should be able to swiftly overrun them. Bloom's battery is still there. Panda, move forward. We have more enemy forces under Doubleday and Stable over here. More enemy artillery from this section of the front line. Shock cavalry, can you quickly grab some supplies for our forces? Forest, fall back. No, you can't. There are more skirmishers. Fall back, fall back, fall back. No, Virginia and Pegram, you're going to stay where you are. We have Wheat and Pons Butchers able to move forward. Drake, you're going to take over these positions, and Shaw, you're going to move further north. More enemy forces are withdrawing. Panda, open up on the enemy guns. Enemy artillery has been a massive thorn in my side for the entirety of this battle. Snipers move forward and Grimes move forward on the enemy flank. Come on, Panda, destroy those guns. Reno is here to support his man. Johnson, I want you further down. Maxwell is almost completely out of ammunition, but he is still fighting. We'd move forward. Pond's men are now close to the enemy, but there are far too many forces here to effectively engage. Whisper snipers, I want you to move forward. 1,500 kills, but they're also very expensive. We open up on Simo. Seymour is now routed. We'd open up. Good volley, good volley. And there's also Cody's routed. Wheat is now getting flanked by this battery. And Meat is trying to charge it. Sharp scared over there. Maxwell move forward. Panda move forward on Chapman. Snipers open up. And Cable, you're going to overtake our forces as you still have ammunition. Grimes move forward. 23 minutes remaining. Pondsman, I'm going to grab your skirmishers to attack Styles. The enemy still has many strong batteries. I was thinking we have destroyed most of them already. Come on, man, move forward. We have once again eyes on enemy supplies, and I'm once again tempted to get some. Forrest, you're going to stay behind. And we have a solid defense of our objective. Chapman is now taking heavy fire, and Dury is also about to be driven back. We'd move forward. Siegfried, open up on this flank. And I need to have a close eye on our shock cavalry. More enemy batteries are in the rear of the enemy. And we are unable to catch up with the enemy supply wagons, it seems. Enemy skirmishers are coming up. Okay, man. Charge in. Unless the enemy shifts. They are turning face. Okay, man. We are withdrawing. Once again, unable to reach the enemy supply line. Our main forces need to hurry up and move forward. I still can deliver some damage. 5 more minutes to this battle, and then it is all going to be over. Night is setting. Our Whitworth can open up again. Very nice. We have found enemy artillery far behind the enemy line. And we are opening up on Seymour. Wheat and Weeks move up. And we have found the battery under duel again. But it is time to finish this fight. It was costly enough already. The enemy deployed 51,800 soldiers, 2,400 cavalrymen and 160 artillery pieces. At the end of the day, 28,800 of the infantrymen are dead or wounded. The same goes with 966 of the cavalrymen. 91 guns were destroyed. But unfortunately in this fight we weren't able to take any prisoners. On our own side we were only able to deploy 35,400 infantry and 900 cavalrymen as well as 108 artillery pieces. 8,200 of our infantry and 209 of our cavalrymen are dead or wounded, and 2 of our guns got destroyed. Our casualties are high, especially among our more elite units, but they are nothing compared to the Federal forces. We have held Stony Ridge and inflicted massive casualties on the enemy as well as pushed them off the field, meaning this is a complete victory. The best units were Trick and Talbot with 2240 kills each, followed by Secrets Devils with 1900 kills. If you know a proper name to honor these two units, feel free to let me know. Trick is also leading our casualty list with 887 losses, followed by Loomis with 833 and Minty with 793 casualties. Within our officer corps there's a huge wave of promotions, including Albert Johnson, who is now a Lieutenant General, and our own General, who is now a Major General. The only casualties we had was Colonel Sam Cable, who got killed, and Lieutenant Colonel Arnold Daniel, who was wounded. After this fight we also got over 1500 Springfield M1855, 2200 Palmetto M1842, 1500 Patton 1853 Enfield, and close to 400 Sharps Model 1855. We were also able to secure over 13 12-pounder Napoleons, rescue one 24-pounder howitzer, and secure 3 10-pounder Parrots and 9 10-pounder ordnances from the enemy. For this fight we also got 2 career points, 15 reputation, $187,500 and 12,500 fresh recruits. Loomis and Minty's brigade, as well as this unit of 24-pounder howitzers, are now also 2-star units, but as you can see our first corps has suffered severely. Within our second corps these 12-pounder howitzers got promoted, and with the exception of Panda this corps is still in very good condition. But this is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.